Hey guys, we're back with some more Chaos Child. Last time Takuya set off to go 1v1, 1v2 Sakuma. Wait, 1v3, we have Shinjo with us. He said it's quiet. In the car with him. Yeah, they've never been one-on-one together. Shinjo-san whispered that to himself from the driver's seat. The Shibuya intersection was overflowing with people. They were all looking up at the footage of Memorial Park being displayed on the big TV screens. Time was 10:21 p.m. What? Is it 10:28 or 10:38? I forget. That the earthquake happened. Oh, 7 minutes until the time the earthquake hit 6 years ago. When the time arrived, there'd be a moment of silent prayer. The festival would reach its finale. Everyone at the festival seemed to be heading to the park, or the intersection in front of the station, to participate. Shinjo's not gonna bring us there, right? He's not evil. He can't be evil. I could see a man who looked like a member of the city council on the screen. From the subtitles, he seemed to be giving a speech about the restoration project. Please don't let him be evil. I want one good thing in my life. Okay. Like 2 good things, like Genbi not evil too. Shinjo-san got into his car to take us out of Shibuya. Wait, well, Ito's alive, so we have one good thing. Okay? So give me 2 good things. I don't need 3. The windows were tinted, so I didn't have to worry about anyone seeing us. But there's no way to hide from anyone looking at me from the front. Just in case, get myself as far down in the space below the seat as I could. We'd run into a lot of roadblocks once we'd enter the area. The volunteer staff stopping us from going forward, right? Just sit in the back seat. How do they see you from the front? Each time Shinjo had shown his police notebook and explained that this was a police car, each time they let us through. That meant that it was taking twice as long as usual. Well, come on, just sirens. Shinjo-san said as we weaved the car through the crowds of people. No, I'm just grateful you're giving me a lift. Never would have made it to Hikari well on my own. Yes. Oh! CG! Takuya's a good boy who wears a seatbelt. Oh, he is in the back seat. I can see Shinjo's face in the rearview mirror. He put his fingers up to the bridge of his nose, and his expression was pain. Why does his head look bigger than CG? Is that just what happens when he's not like hunched over a little bit? You can come with. You have a gun, right?
佐久間がシアターキューブにいるのなら一緒に乗り込んで拘束したいくらいだ。だが今の俺では佐久間の犯行を何も証明できない。
Prove him guilty with a bullet. Come on.
上層部にも圧力がかかっている。まるで安物の刑事ドラマだな。
Do it for Bond. Is the committee really that powerful?
詳しいことはほとんど誰も知らない。いや、知った者は闇に葬られてきた。
Irritated, Shinjo-san swerved the car around a group of pedestrians that were standing in the middle of the street. I ducked down so I couldn't be spotted from the outside. It was a little cramped. Was that the person you were talking about this afternoon? Bon Lord! Remembered him talking about that to Serika. But how the case was his way of avenging a detective he respected a lot. Shinjo-san ignored me and kept looking forward. What? They've dropped his name like once, right? At the very beginning? That's it? Too much disrespect on Bon. But like his silence was his way of saying yes. Oh. Huh? Shinjo-san lowered the window just a crack to hear what was going on outside. Well, I mean, that's true, but that's not pertinent to being a killer. In front of us, by the side of the road, was a van advertising the Restoration Festival. A group of people had climbed on top of it. They must have been college-aged. They were holding beers in their hands. Strong-siders, huh? Hearing them, or even seeing them, was upsetting. Leaned back into the seat, closed my eyes, and lowered my head again. What, she does? Oh, is that where you got it from? Is it? Shinjo-san closed the window and started to drive away from all the commotion. He's been using that since the flashback, though, so does that mean she's been doing the podcast for a long time? Mike?
情弱。情報弱者の略だったか。
Yes. I watched all the drugs pass by the other side of the tinted windows. They don't know anything. They don't want to know anything. They don't know about the people manipulating them, or what those people want, or what the people they're talking about are even going through. Violence, murder, the darkness in the human heart. They think they understand these things because they read or hear about them. They don't even want everything about what they must really be like.
君は会った時から知るという行為にこだわっていたな。
First time I met Shinjo-san was
ラブホテルの事件の時だ。君たちが勝手に現場に入り込んでいた。
Oh yeah. Oh, he was right. Shinjo-san was the one in charge of that case. That's how we met.
これから尾上に会おうとしているのも何かを知るためなんだろう。
Does that have to do with what Sirika's motive is? Yes. I didn't know what Sirika was really after. The real reason why she'd come into existence. Right. Save that I'm going to find out about myself. What did I wish for during the earthquake? What wish had created her? Realized for the first time that I was trying to find out more about myself than Sirika.
先輩もそんな人だったよ。
Takeru has Bond's spirit! He's carrying the torch! Huh? Looked in the rearview mirror again. Shinjo-san was still watching the traffic in front of
と
him.
にかく知ろうとすることに対して貪欲な人だった。そのためなら世間の常識も警察の理屈も関係ない。よく百瀬さんに怒られていたらしい。突っ走りすぎだって。
Shinjo-san's voice took on a strangely different tone. His tone changed from one of nostalgia to one of sorrow.
そして先輩は突っ走りすぎた。
Now's the answer to his silence before too. Was he killed by the committee?
先輩の最後を俺はよく知らない。ただ先輩は満足だったろう。少なくとも後悔はしていないはずだ。
I mean, he was betrayed by his partner. I'm sure he regretted trusting him.
でもな、だからといって先輩の死を認めるわけにはいかない。俺は先輩に追いつけなかったし、止めることもできなかった。
Wait, I wonder if there's a route in Noah where he lives.
悔しいんだ。
That'd be cool. Or where even if he talks to Takumi at all.
クルス・ノノさんがここにいれば、きっと同じように感じるはずだよ。
I fell silent. There's nothing I could say. I was truly glad he was the one who had read Nono's letter, that he was the one who was helping me. When I reached the Hikari wall, I realized that something was wrong. It was too quiet. Normally, even at this hour, the Hikari wall would be fairly noisy. It was completely silent. There were no murmurs, no drunken shouting like I'd heard just a moment
始ま
before.
っちまったか。
Oh. I checked the time. 10:28 p.m. Everyone had gathered in front of Memorial Park, or the TVs in front of the station, for a silent prayer. Shinjo-san switched the car's navigation system to TV mode, displaying footage of the Memorial Park. I saw the ceremony and gasped. All the sound was gone from Shibuya, like a movie set. Suddenly, struck by a terror even greater than before, felt like the moment of silence was for me. They headed to my death! Okay, that's a little self-centered. Forced myself to smile, tried to tell myself I was shaking from excitement, not fear. My mind was a confused jumble of thoughts. Half of me wanted to go home, half of me wanted to stay. Forced myself to keep going. Yeah, I have to know, no matter what. Question mark? Shinjo-san tossed something at me. Gun! Gun! Come on! What is it? Wait, is this? Felt the sensation of rubber as I grasped it. Tried to spread it out and stopped.
皮肉な話だが、手近にこれしかなかった。我慢してくれ。
What is it? Yeah, thank you. Lowered my head in thanks. There's still people standing between me and the theater cube.
すまないな。俺はここまでだ。ウキ君たちをそろそろ。
It's been an honor, Shinjo. If you're not evil, I'm still not for certain about that, but wait. Wait, hold on. Did he ever specifically name drop Bon? What if the detective he was looking up to the whole time was actually the evil guy from Chaos Head? I hope not, but the fact that they're playing so coy with his name is, I don't know, kind of weird. They could have mentioned his name. They could have just thrown, oh yeah, his name was Bond. He looked at his watch. I know. Get them to Akiba as fast as you can. Thank you.
送り届けたら俺はすぐに戻ってくる。死ぬなよ。
Come on, I'm the main character. I can't die. Right. I wiped my sweaty hands off of my pants and nodded. Then I took a deep breath to calm myself down. Woo. Put on the sumo sticker mask that Shinjo-sama gave me and stepped out into Shibuya, utterly without sound. The silent prayer was continuing. This was my chance. Several people looked at me as I got out of the car. They must have been used to seeing the people in the mask. They quickly lost interest and lowered their heads once more. Everything was fine. They hadn't figured out who I was. I looked up at the Hikariwo building, which towered above me like some kind of fortress. Oh, it's the final boss castle! The people around me seemed suspicious, but I made it to the theater floor without anyone saying anything. Then I realized that something was wrong and stopped. Question mark? There's no one on this floor. There are no customers, not even a single employee. Even the convenience store, which was open during the festival, was empty. I took off the mask. My field of vision restored. I took another look around the floor. I was right. Completely empty. There's no sign of Dad or Sarika either. He's gonna like step onto the stage of the theater. The lights are gonna flash. And like an orchestra is gonna start playing. The whole soundless space in front of me felt like a trap that I just walked into. Taking the mask off, but it still hurt to breathe. Tossed the mask into one of the decorative trees nearby. Slowly started to walk across the floor. Every shadow scared me. Each time I reached a blind spot, I'd stare at it for a moment before I proceeded. Where was the entrance to the theater? Oh. When I found the stairs and escalator, I felt a wave of nostalgia. This was where I'd come with the rest of Albert Dorm. Right. We'd gone up the stairs and into the theater. The escalator started moving? Well, it's just the escalator started to move. Don't scare me like that. Just a motion. Oh, is that how they were? Motion detector. I knew that. The machine seemed to be pulling me deeper into a trap. I don't think I've ever seen an escalator with a motion detector. Have I? I feel like they're just always moving. So like, I assume someone would shut them down for the day? I mean, that seems more power efficient. Looked up at the top of the escalator. There's no one there. Dang it. Smacked my trembling legs with trembling hands, then slowly went up the stairs. I mean, the last time I saw this escalator was years ago. It was in a mall that's now shut down. Like, where even has escalators now, right? I mean, I don't live in a... I live in a moderately sized city, so... Like, do big cities have escalators everywhere? Maybe. This is the path that led to the theater. It's probably leading to the finale that either Dad or Sarika had prepared for me. Probably doing exactly what one of them wanted. I had to find Sarika and the answer. There's no way that desire was in anyone's script. I believed it was my own idea. I had to find out the truth. For Nono's sake, as much as my own. Went up to the entrance of the theater and put my hand on the heavy door. Red? Ah! Is that the mind control powers? Felt a stabbing pain in my head the second I went inside. Staggered and leaned against the back of a nearby chair. Wait, if his power is to know, isn't that like a direct counter to mind control? And that's why it worked on the pyrokinetic, what's her name? But this can't be! Forced myself to endure the pain and look around the theater. The theater was done up in the modern style. Stadium seating. Stage was at the lowest point in the hall. Seats got higher up the further you went away, so it'd be easier for the audience to see. The entrance was at the far back behind the seats. When I looked down, I could see the whole room. The stage was completely empty. There were no props or backgrounds. The lights were focused on the stage, so the rest of the theater was dark and hard to see. The seats seemed empty too. I couldn't see anyone. Couldn't see any movement either. Actually, Sakuma was like down hiding, like he's on his like he's what do you call that? Proning? Is that the right? You get what I mean. My first suspicion was Dad's mind control power. His power worked 8 hours. That meant he would need to share his delusions with me in order to reboot them. In other words, what I was seeing was due to mind control. Dad had to be watching me from somewhere nearby. That's right. Then I got an idea and looked through my pockets. Lollipop! Found the lollipop that Kazuki had given me. Tossed it up and imagined it floating in the air. But instead of floating, fell down into the thin rail between the seats. Good. Sad with relief, satisfied with what I'd seen. So he's the only one here because he can't. It's impossible for us to use our powers alone. My psychokinesis wasn't working, and that no one else was here. Don't get my guard up as I walk towards the station. That lollipop, it has to be like a buff, right? Like an MMO, like, oh, you know, it gives you plus 10% HP. Remembered, right? This place hadn't changed since the last time I was here. Come to think of it, I came here to celebrate my acceptance to Hakio. It's only been 2.5 years since I'd last been here. That can't be right. It didn't seem real. Felt like so much more time had passed. Everything had changed. No one knew we were gone. Yuto had probably left his home and was on his way to Akihabaro's Shinjo right now. How long has he been here? And Dad? Suddenly I heard a sound come from behind me and spun around. Standing there was... Hey, Serica. You. She looked just like she had when I'd seen her this morning. Not only was she not hurt, there were no signs that she'd fought someone. She being mind controlled? Serica waited for the door she'd come through to close, then slowly walked towards me.
なぜここにいる?
Her voice was quiet, but angry. She probably thought that I left Shibuya by now. Where's Dad?
死んだよ。
No way! Zero-chan, right? Huh?
舞台裏に頭だけ転がっている。半分潰れていて分かりにくいがな。
Did she get him? The look on my face must have been ridiculous. Serica's voice was completely calm. It was hard to believe she was lying. Dad was dead? Did you kill him? Her nod silently said, Of course I did.
それで、なぜここにいるんだ? 久野里美桜たちはどうした?
How could she be so calm after killing someone? It's terrifying to see how unconcerned she was. My thoughts, my feelings, even my words were all a jumbled mess. I managed to tell her that Shinjo-san had taken everyone else out of Shibuya by... And then, I told her why I came here. Why did you tell me that on the phone? What did I wish for when you were born? Serica looked at me like she was staring at something very dear to her. I knew this feeling. Serica was reading my mind. Evil Serica smile! Sword! Suddenly, it appeared. Design is far too complicated and intricate to be called a sword. Sharp like metal, and a strange luster that was all its own. This feels like reading about the description of Dragon Slayer. It's a large hump of metal, something to be a sword. You know what I mean. The D sword, big enough to cover Serica's entire body. What she'd used to kill No-No.
お前は久野里美桜たちと逃げるべきだったんだ。宮代拓。
Oh, the orchestra's here! Behind her blade, I could see a slight change in her expression. Noi? The same look I'd seen before when she was talking about Dad. As if she hated everything she saw. Yeah! Right as she jumped, I felt a burning heat on my right shoulder and fell to the ground. We're going full Junie now. The brakes are off. A moment later, I felt a pain like nothing I'd ever experienced before. Ah! Grabbed my shoulder with my left hand. Felt something nasty, warm, and sticky. Blood. I'd been cut. If I reacted even a moment later, she would have chopped my entire shoulder off. I looked up. Serica was already bringing her blade down. An empty theater is such a cool background for this, though. I forced myself to twist out of the way, ignoring the blood spurting from my shoulder. This time, the pain was in my left leg. I ignored it too, trying my best to get away. You could, like, make a sword. Serica walked over to me, slowly. Must have been something in my mouth when I rolled, because it tasted something bitter and metallic. Why?
手遅れだった。私が委員会を甘く見ていた。
Serica stopped, close enough to strike me with her D-sword, began to speak.
佐久間に代わる人間が もう私に接触してきた。すでに逃げ場はない。お前を生かし続けることはできない。お前をこれまでの事件の被害者のようにはさせたくないんだ。
No way. So now she's going to kill me? Same way she killed No-No with that D-sword? Ah! The pain from the cuts kept me from thinking. The blood loss drained away my will to resist. I couldn't feel my left leg anymore, but I couldn't stop looking at Serika. I wasn't sure. Were there any important blood vessels around the calves? A right-sider would know that, Takuyo.
私もすぐに行く。向こうで話そう。
Serika swung her D-sword at me again. Ah! And then, I felt something burst within me. Ah! Sword, right? Not like you dying? I leapt at Serika. Reached out my hand without thinking. Felt something warm and rough. I heard her scream in my ears. X. Oh no. By the time I realized I'd reached into the cut of her stomach and ripped out the stitches, I was already on top of her. Her D-sword had disappeared. And? My hands went straight for her neck. Ah! Screaming sounds! That would be a time to have Taku's VA on. Is he actually gonna do it? My fingers dug into her flesh. The only thing I saw was the colored red dripping down the base of her neck. Was it my blood from when she'd cut my shoulder? Or hers, when it had ripped open her stomach? Or had my nails broken the skin on her neck? Whatever it was red. It was spreading. Couldn't stop myself from gripping tighter. My fingers dug deeper and deeper. The soft sensation of her skin began to recede. Then I felt thick muscle and hard bone. Breathing sounds. Is he actually? I mean, she's not real. She doesn't need to breathe. She's fake. Like, when Takuya created her, did he know like human anatomy? She probably doesn't even have like organs. When it was all over, the pain in my leg and shoulders were gone. They were still there. It didn't feel like my own pain. Like I was watching myself on top of Serika from a distance. So is that Serika being mind controlled, or is that her action control trying to get Takuya to kill her? When I took my hands off of her neck, that feeling disappeared. Everything else came flooding back. Oh, looking so hot. Serika's eyelids rolled up into her head, and her tongue was sticking out of her mouth. I felt an unpleasant wetness in my underwear. It was her blood from where I sat on her. The blood was pouring out of the gash on her stomach. Huh? Serika wasn't moving anymore. Did I just kill her? Did I strangle her to death? I suddenly felt the nerves to vomit for the 20th time this visual novel. Why? Why was I on top of Serika? Why are my hands covered in blood? Was he mind controlled to do that? Ah, we have red around us. My head hurt. My field of vision went red. My heart was pounding hard. Under me was the body of the girl I'd created. Just get your sword out. Oh, held my head with my bloody hands. Hurt so much that I felt like it was going to explode. My eyes hurt too. Everything was turning red. Ah! There we go. Good screaming. Huh? Suddenly my vision cleared up. Did he make a sword? Finally? The lights above the stage seemed impossibly bright, like the sun at the end of a tunnel. I felt pain in my ears. I reached my hand up to them. Some of my fingers were covered in pink tears. That was when I realized Serika wasn't there. Oh, come on! My hands weren't covered with blood. I twisted my neck to look at my shoulder. My clothes weren't even cut. There wasn't a single wound on my leg either. What just happened? You can't keep doing this game! That's like, how many times have we done this now? Sitting on the ground alone, by the seats near the entrance.
ひでえやつだな。そんな男に育てた覚えはねえぞ。
Okay. Ah, I lived up to my feet, and he's up in the what do you call those? Like the high seats. That's what they called. Yeah, they don't have like a fancy name. Oh, he's on stage. Got a seatbelt on. Oh. Dad. He has a mind control backpack. Dad was up on stage. He was standing in the center, like the lead singer at a musical. At his feet was Anoy. Erica, the girl I thought I'd just killed, was lying at his feet. There's no blood on her clothes. The cut on her stomach hadn't been torn open. She must have been unconscious because she wasn't moving.
こいつは妄想の前に殺されそうになっても一切抵抗しなかったぞ。いじらしいじゃないか。
I understood what was going on. Takeru was very smart. Mind control! But since when? Was I already under its effects when I came into the theater? When I came inside, it felt a sharp pain. My vision had blurred for a moment. When I tested my powers with the lollipop, was I already under his spell? The pain and heat felt so real, but it was all an illusion. I still feel the sensation of wringing Serica's neck on my hands.
あのままこの子に殺されてりゃ、お前のここも壊れてたはずなんだがな。
Dad tapped his own heart.
逆に殺しちまうってのはどうだよ、タクル。女に手を挙げる男はモテねえぞ。
Hearing Dad talk in the same tone he always did was enough to get me to let my guard down. This wasn't the man I knew. The man on stage wasn't the Dad I knew. What is it, that machine? Took a good look at it. Dad was wearing some kind of rucksack. See some kind of device inside of it. Serica, destroy the Garo Froggy! It's our only chance! Throw it into the volcano! What is he carrying? Dad was always wearing also wearing a piece of headgear that was connected to it. Have we seen the headband thing in Chaos Head? I don't remember that. The long cylindrical machine he was holding connected to it by a cord. Oh, wait, hold on. That thing? So that's it. If he has sidekick powers like we do, then he has to have one too. Oh, that must be Dad's D sword. Pretty cool design. Why does he have one? It has a heart in it. Thought that those powers only appeared in brains that were still developing during the earthquake.
これまでの研究によれば
Yeah.
脳がまだ発達段階で
Nozumi had one too. I think it was artificially made, but who cares? It's Chuni.
脳への負荷が非常に高い
Shut
事
up,
象を経験したも
Kurosawa!
の
That's
だ
what she
け
said.
ああ、これか。
Dad saw what I was looking at, tapped his rucksack with his D sword.
すげえだろ。俺たちの研究成果の一つさ。俺みたいな普通の人間でもギガロマニアックスと似たような能力が持てる。こいつはある装置の端末でな。その装置ってのは以前ここにあったんだが、ちょっとトラブっちまって。おかげであの地震だ。ひでえ目にあった。
Dad sounded like a child whose favorite toy had been broken. Clear he didn't care at all about the people who died, whose lives had been ruined by the earthquake.
そのせいで俺らもリストラされちまうしよ。金もね、人もいねえで、組み立て直すのに6年もかかっちまった。委員会のバカどもが。
So that's how he'd been able to do that to Ito. How he'd been able to kill Yui. But a mix of rage, sorrow, and hate. All those feelings are so strong I wanted to scream. So it's talking about Noah. It's a term, but if Noah's not there, how does he use it? Oh, okay, sorry, I zoned out during that line. He rebuilt the thing. So Noah's back up and running, or just the terminal?
また研究に戻れるからな。
It's like he was picking up the right words to make me even angrier. It's the phrasing that is too vague. What is the thing? Like he was picking up just the right words to make me even angrier. Like, does he just have one backpack, or is like Noah just down in the basement?
正直ちょっと焦ったぜ。あのやつ一人でここへ来やがったからよ。お前が来なきゃ話にならねえし、 めんどくせえことになったと思ってたんだが。
Did he make her make the phone call? He looked down at her, poked her with an artificial D-sword. She still didn't move. It can't be. Is Serica?
ん？死んでるぞ。当然だろう。
Just bring her back to life, easy. Funny, ain't it?
思考誘導をかけられて妄想の中で戦わされてるって気づいたんだな、こいつ。最後、ディソードを引っ込めて、お前に殺される瞬間まで抵抗一つしなかった。どこまでお前のことが大事なんだか。
Kicked her hard enough that she turned over. Stop it.
それにしてもお前すごかったな。ノノを殺された恨みに取りつかれてるからよ。それをちっとブーストしてやったんだ。そしたら情けも容赦もなくぶっ殺したもんな。お前もどこまでノノが大事なんだか。
Well, I mean, no, come on. Like, she's not best girl, that's Ari Moore, but she's like best character. I feel my whole body getting hot. Stop it. Don't you dare say Nono's name. Not with that face. Not with that voice. What the hell are you thinking?
Huh?
The way Dad's expression didn't change at all, only made me angrier. Do you really not understand? We'd all lived together for years, hadn't we? We'd come here as a family, hadn't we? You told Uki you're worried about you. Worried about you.
なんだ。お前まだあいつらに言ってなかったのかよ。
We always trusted you, and no.
きっかけはタクルのリハビリの手伝いをしていた時に父さんに言われた言
Yeah,
葉。
we know the
き
line.
っと父親というのはそういうものなんでしょう。父さん
I
が
don't think we've seen that part, actually.
飲みすぎには注意してください。
She believed in you. She thought you were part of our family. So what the hell are you thinking? My words echoed off the walls of the theater and came back to me again and again. And I realized that I was the same way. Believed in Dad too, from the bottom of my heart. But he? Dad chuckled and scratched his head, like I'd seen him do many times before. The same thing he'd always done when Nono was scolding him at home.
タクルよ。お前なんか楽しいことってあるか？
Reading Uminako? Huh?
なんかあんだろう。面白いと思うこと。それがなきゃ人間。
Oh. What's he talking about? That wasn't what I asked. Why did you kill Yui? Why did you kill Nono?
ユイをやったのはお前の友達だし、ノノをやったのはこいつだろうがよ。
You know, he's got a point. Shut up!
おお、怖え。
What the hell's so funny about this to you? I touched my hands into fists. I gripped so tight in my rage that my nails dug into my skin. How are you capable of doing this? Doesn't make any sense.
何怒るなって。今言ったろ？楽しまなきゃダメだ。
What the hell does that even mean?
俺はな、お前に期待してたんだよ。人間一人リアルブートしちまうくらいぶっ壊れてたからな。どこまでいけるか、どこまで震えるか楽しみにしてた。お前みてえなギガロマニアックスが好きなことを好きなだけやるようになったら本当にすげえんだぜ。この世界すらめちゃくちゃにできちまう。面白え、たまんねえ。それを観測して計算して理論を組んでまた実験して、そのループの先にどんなもんが現れるのか俺は見てみてえな。ワクワクしねえか、タクル。
I mean, sure. Dad kept using the same voice he always used at home. Wait a second. Is he's the Emperor, the guy from Star Wars, and Takuya is Darth Vader. What's the Emperor's name? Starts with a P. That guy. Couldn't even hear a word. The anger inside me just kept building.
とにかくよ、どんな時でも自分が面白いと思うことに従っとけ。これは父親代わりの人生訓ってやつだ。
Dad, you're not my father. That's the opposite of Star Wars. Screamed at the top of my lungs. But Dad just kept on smiling.
とにかくな、俺にとっちゃギガロマニアックス研究は最高だ。こんなに楽しいこと他に存在しねえ。 これがお前の質問への答えだ。
You know, just let him have fun. What's wrong with that? That can't be. That was the only reason? The only reason he worked for the committee, the only reason he did all those horrible experiments in the basement. So the reason you did that to Yui, no, Ito, and all the others.
だから、何回言ったらわかんだよ。面白いだろその。
Oh! Music! You bastard! Yeah, sword! Next thing I knew, I was running. Make a sword, please. Thank you. The D sword appeared in my hand instantly. It had no weight, but I could feel that it was there. Listen to the blades roar as I ran down the corridor. Ah! Swung it upwards at the nice guy on the stage. Oh! There's a high-pitched noise and a brilliant light. I stopped. My hand went numb for a second. The mechanical D-sword had blocked my swing. Dad's muscles bulged like thick ropes as he swung his giant D-sword down at me. Ah! Yeah! Barely managed to block it, but the impact knocked me back into the front row seats. There's a sharp pain in my arm, so I cut a little. When I first got cut, it was just an illusion, but this time, real blood was running down my arm. How do you know it's real?
おいおい、お前の腕力で俺とチャンバラする気か
Does he have like half of his power invested in Serica? He has to reclaim it and he gets a superpower, like power up, like he goes Super Saiyan. Dad didn't move a step. He raised a giant D-sword under his shoulders. That's in his hand still. His huge body was at least 185 centimeters. Can I translation, please? And he towered over me from the stage like a wall.
ま、たまには息子と遊んでやるか。娘ばっかり相手にしてちゃかわいそうだしな。ほら、こっちに来いよ。観客がしたい一つってのは物足りないけどな。
Then he kicked Serica's unmoving body once more. I felt anger, but also indescribable despair. Like, move her into the seats. That'd be cinematic. What was I doing here? Come to find out the truth about Serica. But I'd killed her myself. No reason for me to be here anymore. Didn't that mean there's no reason to try to fight Dad? It wouldn't even be a fight. Probably just get myself killed. So maybe... Serica had cut over my leg before. It'd only been an illusion. I could run to the exit. I cut him off guard and I could escape. Maybe. But... Damn it all! I went forward. I hadn't done any real exercise since my physical therapy 5 years before. Oh, he's a little out of shape. Vision of Nono and Yui's face flashed through my mind. For some reason, I also saw Serica smiling, like she used to do when we were in the newspaper club.
どうした?早く舞台に上がれ。客が退屈してるぞ。
When I looked at him, suddenly had an idea in the corner of my mind. I remembered what he'd said. The machine on his back was what gave him his power. That he was an artificial gigalomaniac. What if I could get rid of that machine? Might be able to do it. No, I have to do it. I stood up and climbed up onto the stage. The lights shone down upon my head. Here, a non-existent crowd screaming for my death from the empty. I readied my D-sword. My hand still felt a little numb.
おお、主役っぽいぞ、タクル。それでいい。
Took a step to the side, trying to look as natural as possible. He's going to use his D-sword. By moving to the side, I was able to see a part of the device on his back. And hit him with the power as hard as I could! This is all just a... This is fake. Dad heard a noise from behind him and turned around. Had a clear view of the machine. Now! Concentrated more intensely and hit him with more of my power.
てめえ。
What's with the... Oh. Dad then howled like a wild animal and swung his D-sword. What's it like the visual glitching? but I didn't stop. I could just destroy that machine. Oh. What? Huh? So was him hitting the machine actually real? Because I was thinking, like, there's no way he'd let him get anywhere near the machine. My vision suddenly blurred, but a cold wind on my cheek. I could see the city in the distance. Where am I? On top of the school? Dang it! More mind control! Panicked and tried to use my D-sword. Huh? Only to find that it was gone. My D-sword had disappeared. What the hell? Dang it! Concentrated as hard as I could. Imagine the pale light of the sword. Come on. Couldn't see him or sense him. Dad was probably right in front of me with this huge D-sword. Why couldn't I make my D-sword appear? Can't see it, I can't find it! It's always supposed to appear when I imagine it. Hey! Gonna relive this fun experience. There was standing there. So was... Okay, we can skim through this. It was No-No. No-No was standing in front of me, talking. No-No's alive. Don't fall for it, dude! No-No is... No-No is? Oh no, that's not right. A sense of logic dispelled the hope that was forming in my mind. This is mind control. Dad's power is causing me to hallucinate. Two of them were right in front of me. Didn't seem to know I was there. Suddenly, Serika changed. Smiling, happy girl from the newspaper club disappeared. Became a cold, remorseless killer. Stop it! Annoy! Knew I was being mind controlled, but I couldn't help myself. They gonna kill Serika again? Felt a cold chill in my heart. All the hairs on my body stood up on end. Serika's D-sword appeared in her hand. No didn't seem surprised. She just glared at Serika. Stop it. Stop it. Wait. Does Takuro know that No-No's a gigglomaniac? Was that in the letter?
それはない。あいつのことは私が生かし続ける。それが私の存在理由だ。
信じられないわ。だから私はあなたを止める。この命を。
Okay, we don't need to redo the dialogue. I think it's the same.
だからお前は。
Stop! Skimmed at Serika as Serika stepped forward. There's no sign that she heard me. Tried to summon my D-sword, but it didn't work. Tried to get between the two of them. Only to realize that I couldn't move. My legs felt like they were rooted to the ground. Why? Why? My head was clear. Couldn't let this happen. I knew I had to stop it, but... Serika and No-No's D-swords clashed with each other. With a flash so bright I was forced to close my eyes. Then No-No's D-sword cracked.
見込み違いだったな。お前の思考は丸見えだ。まだ私に友情を期待しているとはな。
Serika kept moving forward. There's no hesitation on her face. No, stop! No matter how much I screamed, they didn't hear me. I couldn't move. Serika crashed right in front of me, carrying her gigantic, deadly weapon.
私の中に友情など存在しない。
And in the next moment,
タクル、ごめんね。
it felt like No-No looked right at me. And then, Serika's D-sword ran her through. Yeah. And my vision suddenly blurred, but a cold wind on my cheek and I could see the city in the distance. Huh? Hear a sob, and crying without realizing it. Looked around, didn't even wipe the tears from my cheeks. The roof was lit up by the moon. There's nothing here. There's no one here. Of course, there's no sign of Serika or No-No's body. And what was that just now? Calm down, calm down. This is all mind control. All just a hallucination. The fake vision that Dad created. Right. Just like a movie. Has to be. Nono died by Serika's hand. Serika killed Nono. That really did happen. I saw it. It's not happening now. It's all part of the past. There's no changing it.
のんちゃん、話って。
Okay.
白々しいわね。
Yeah. Again, the two of them were standing there.
ええ。
なら、こうなることも分かっ
Oh,
てい
this
た
is
だ
different than how it happened. Just remember, Serika didn't drop the act. I think until this D sword or something, right?
タクルのことも殺すつもり。
それはない。
信じられないわ。
そう言うと思った。
Okay, let out the same. There's no sign that they noticed me. My heart began to pound loudly again. I remembered how it felt to hold Nono's body in my hand. The smell of her blood, the way the warmth drained from her body, the way her eyes would never look at me again. Calm down! Trying to tell myself that over and over. This is part of the past. Screaming wouldn't change the fact that I couldn't interfere with it. No! Maybe this wasn't even part of the past. I didn't have this conversation. Everything except the fact that Serika had killed Nono could just be a hallucination that my dad had created. Ah! Should have run away, growing even more frustrated at my unmoving legs. But nothing worked. It made sense. After all, the real me wasn't even here. I was on top of the stage, trapped in a hallucination, with Dad and his gigantic D-sword standing right in front of me. Let's hope this all takes place within like half a second.
お前の思考は丸見えだ。まだ私に友情を期待しているとはな。
They could erase your D-sword in advance. Ah! Did she say that? It's happening again. Never wanted to re-experience that horrible moment, but it's happening all over again. I looked away. I tried to look away. My head wouldn't move. Couldn't take my eyes off the scene before me. And Nono looked right at me.
タクル、どうしてそこにいるの？
True. Huh? Again? Serika killed Nono again. Even fake Nono knows. She's too powerful. And then I found myself looking at myself back at the beginning once more. On the cold, moonlit roof. Grabbed my arms around my body tightly, tried to warm myself against the freezing air. What was that? Nono looked right at me. I saw her looking at me, I'm sure of it. She actually saw me? That's impossible. I'm not really here. But I know that was Nono's voice I just heard. She was definitely looking right at me. If I'm a real gigalomaniac, does that mean I have the power to interfere with the past? No, that's only this is a chaos game, you have to be a Steins game to do that. It was really true? Is that the real Nono? Not a hallucination? Calm down, calm down! My head hurt. I was losing the ability to think. That was like the part of the no-no in your brain. The no-no in your soul. This is an illusion. It's all an illusion. Say it in red. There's no way I can interfere with the past. Yes.
白々しいわね。
You done yet? Sakura have to like have a cool like breaking it moment. My third time seeing the exact same thing, I was finally able to close my eyes. Stop it! I want to see Nono dying. Is that only the third time? Feels like it's been more than that. Put my hands over my ears to block out the sound. Still hear them saying the same words. Last conversation Nono would ever have flowed directly into my head.
見込み違いだったな。まだ私の中に。
There is no friendship within her? That's why she lost! She needs the power of friendship. Didn't have to look to know what was happening. Knew the expressions on their faces. Knew the looks in their eyes. The angle that Serika held her D-sword at, even how she was going to swing it, I knew it all.
タクル、どうして助
Suddenly opened my eyes without warning, but warm blood splashed on my face. No time to even scream. Yes. I shut my eyes tightly again. Feel the wind on my cheeks again. Struck frozen on that roof again. The muscles of my face had tensed up. There's nothing funny happening. I was letting out a noise that sounded like laughter. My teeth were chattering.
のんちゃん、話って。白々しいわね。
Covered my ears, but their words went right into my brain.
わかるんでしょ？
Even though I could possibly be any more confused. What was that? Why was Nono in front of me?
なぜ答えてくれない？
Ah! Stop it, please! Didn't want to open my eyes. Wanted to keep them shut. But for some reason, the moment Nono was killed, they opened on their own. Nono kept dying in front of me. Nono taking care of me, kept me safe, before I'd even woken up from my coma. From my perspective, that was before I'd even known her. She was part of my family. She was the only big sister I had. She kept dying over and over again in front of me.
なぜ私が死ななければならないの？
True! My head hurt, but the pain didn't even work as an anchor to keep my mind connected to reality. This no-no was a hallucination. I knew that. The words she said were ripping my mind apart.
なぜユイを助けてくれなかったの？
A lot of
な
blood.
ぜ事件を追いかけたりしたの？
Nana looked at me and kept asking that. Were those her last words before she was killed? Her dying screams? Her final message? I mean, how does it... Like, either Sakuma or Takeru is, like, making this delusion, right? How does either of them know what exactly was said there? Like, I mean, I guess Sarah could, like, possibly, but... No more. I already said I don't want to see her die again. Ah, please stop it. My eyes were closed. I could see her death repeating again and again in my mind. The D-sword running through her chest, the blood everywhere, the tiny sound coming out of her throat, like air leaking from a bag. Her blood was hot when it landed on my face. It didn't have that metallic smell. It was hot. I couldn't tell anymore. Is this really hallucination? Maybe this is the real no-no. Maybe this is what she really thought. Why didn't you save me? Why didn't you save Yui? Why did you try to solve the case at all? Told you not to do anything dangerous. Told you not to get revenge.
お前のせいだ。
Dang it, it's all Takuru's fault. Evil no-no. That's yes, yes. Heard a sound somewhere. The sound of someone snapping. Something snapping. Didn't want to see anything anymore. Didn't want to hear anything anymore. Didn't want to feel anything anymore. Closed off my heart, wishing for nothing more than that.
おいおい、そこで殻に閉じこもるなよ。罪の意識だけで立ち止まるお前なんざ、もう見飽きてんだ。
I heard a voice from somewhere, speaking directly into my head. I held my hands over my ears anyway. I didn't want to hear anything.
しょうがねえな。なら、立ち止まれないようにするしかねえか。
That's allowed?
ウッドバーンヘロンは知ってるか？
Nope.
じゃあ、また1ヶ月後にな。楽しく壊れろよ。
Woodburn, we're googling this. Heron. Oh, it's who was Woodburn Heron? Do I want to click on this random page? History Stack Exchange. You think the site's safe, guys? Hopefully. Oh, it's this side. Everyone did Stack Exchange before. Oh, after watching the last episode of the anime Chaos Child, who was Woodburn? Research is quoted in the anime. Research seemed to have been less notable than that of his mentor Heb, but the Pathology of Boredom was published in... Yeah. This spent a significant part of his career in a university in Canada. Certain research emphasized the study of visual perception in animals, not boredom in human subjects. Oh, this guy was my stepfather. She related to Manchester Park Herons. Pretty chaotic. Oh, chaotic! That managing research granted. Oh. This is just some random scientist. This is Schrodinger's cat. They just pull it out because it sounds cool. Woodburn Heron. Come on, that's a cool name. Just like that. Just like a computer monitor being turned off. Oh, the delusion thing? Everything disappeared. You can't not play it. What? Should I stop there? I don't know how much longer we have. Like, we keep going a little. What? What is this? It was dark. I couldn't see anything. I was in a huge, dark, empty space, like nothing I'd ever experienced before. Couldn't even tell if my eyes were open or not. Whose eyes are those eyes? I tried blinking, but the darkness didn't change. I tried to rub my eyes to see if that helped. My hands wouldn't move. Not just my hands. Nothing moved. There's no sensation of standing. There's no feeling of weight in my body. Huh? Am I lying down? Am I floating? It's almost like I'm in zero gravity, just floating in water with no resistance. Like my body is just drifting along. The only thing that existed was silence. Hear the sound of my heartbeat echoing. Even the overwhelming darkness felt a little better. Anything was better than seeing Nono die again and again. Didn't matter what. After hearing Nono's last words over and over, did nothing but float there. It's almost like being asleep, but there's something stopping me from falling asleep altogether. It was weird and unpleasant. I had to at least do something about the floating. Wait, okay, so the stack exchange said that it was about like human isolation or something. Or, it implied that at some point. He's gonna be stuck here for a month, right? But Takeru he has a friend he can summon. He's gonna summon Serika and together they're gonna save him or something. There's nothing to grab onto, nowhere to stand. My body wouldn't move. Wanted to find something solid. Tried my best to find it. Suddenly I realized, where am I? What am I doing here? No! This has to be more mind control. The darkness is just another hallucination. Wah! Tried to scream and wave my arms. There's no sound and no movement. If I couldn't move, I wanted to at least feel something with one of my senses. It could be a bright light, screaming, even pain. An awful bitter taste, or even a horrible smell. If I didn't find something fast, I'd lose track of where I ended and where the darkness began. I know! What about my shoulder injury from where my dad knocked me into the seats? I desperately tried to feel the pain in my shoulder, but it didn't work. I couldn't feel anything, even whether or not it was bleeding. I felt like the darkness was gradually burying me, like ants swarming over a piece of candy. The boundary line between my own body and the rest of the world got even blurrier. No way! Finally remembered a certain piece of information. Remembered what my dad had just said before. This just give me the lore, please. Woodburn Heron, was it? Can we get a tip? Match the name with what was going on. That's a famous experiment. Nothing shows up on Google about it. That is not a famous experiment. Come on. Typing it in again. I see a picture of what extreme isolation does to. There's like a picture of someone with like a metal looking blindfold and headphones and like they're strapped down to a thing. On the next picture is a picture of a bird. That's cool. I think that's a heron. Yeah, that's cool. I like that one more. Heron sensory deprivation experiment. We put subjects in a soundproof room that's completely silent, blindfold them so they couldn't see, then tie them up with a straitjacket kept at exactly the same body temperature to take away their sense of touch. Except for eating simple meals and defecating? Yeah, they were kept on a bed at all times. The purpose of his experiment was to find out how many days a human being could last in that state. The results had been far less than he'd expected. The most any of them could endure was 2 to 3 days. The worst ones would complain about disturbed thinking after only a few hours. They continued with the experiment anyway. They start hearing and seeing things, almost go insane. A human being can endure long periods of time with no stress or stimulation. The experiment was now banned because of how dangerous it was. And then, I remembered something else. Something terrifying. What did Dad say to me? See you in a month? Are they going to make me spend a month like this? I screamed. Couldn't even hear my voice. Summon Serika! You could do it! The first change was my sense of vision. It was after about 2 days had passed, from what I could tell. It would have been about dinner time. I wasn't sleepy or hungry. At some point, started counting numbers. Count prime numbers. 1 second, 2 seconds. It was meaningless. Felt like I'd go crazy if I didn't do something. Or start banging your head on the wall. He can hear it, trust me. I've read that in a light novel before. I hope that's a reference someone will get. When I just about passed 100,000 seconds, the darkness in front of me suddenly began to shine. What? Who's there? He's summoning her! It wasn't a camera flash or a light bulb. It was just a blurry glow. That was all. Couldn't see anything else or even move. Or maybe it's Edmund Dante's here to save us. When I saw it, I lost track of my number and started over. The light came every 100,000 seconds. A day was 60 times 24, so... Oh, really? 86,400 seconds. I didn't realize a day was that... Well, I mean, that makes sense. That is a lot of seconds, but... Perfect. Set it round up and call each 100,000 seconds a day. When there's no light, I was bored. I wished so many times for something to happen. Someone, come here. Even Dad, I don't care. I'd rather be fighting a battle with D-swords that I know I can't win. Actually, I'd rather be stabbed with a D-sword. I want to feel pain. Then when the light came for the 30th time, I could escape. That would mean a month had passed. A month was 30 days. But nothing happened. The light just kept coming at the same pace as before. The light came again after 30 days passed. Stopped counting how many times it had come. Stopped counting to 100,000 too. Saying a month and then actually it being longer is like the cruelest thing possible. What's the point of counting anyway?
数えるのやめてしまうの
That no? No? Hear the voice very clearly. That's the no in my heart. Then, well, yeah, someone no instead of Serica. We don't want another Serica. Give us another no. Start hearing voices sometime when I'm near the 30th appearance of the light. Are you just gonna die like that? What's Miyashita Park like? Hey, senpai! How did you meet Gensan? Adios, gracias. That's the more in my heart. Why do you leave me to die? Idiot, are you just gonna die here? The newspaper clip's just getting started, right? That's Senri? I don't know who that is. Ito, maybe? Tell me, why didn't you save me? It hurt so much when I died. Ever hear of Woodburn Heron? Voice came and disappeared without listening to my responses. I at least wanted to see their faces. I was already starting to forget what everyone looked like. Maybe if I saw them again, stop the darkness from swallowing up all my memory.
ここから出してあげる父さんのこと殺してきてあげる
You go, no. Really?
言ってきたでもダメ私一人じゃ無理だった私たち手伝いましょうか
Yeah, friendship power. Kazuki too. Really? You'll do that for me?
女子高生の力をなめるなよアディオスグラッシ
Oh wait, that Shinjo actually brings them all here. No, oh, and Yuto, I guess, but you can leave him.
一人じゃ寂しいとか言うんじゃないでしょうね勘弁してよ
That's not true. Of course I'm not lonely. Wanted to tell you to be careful. Dad's power is... What was it again?
どうした佐久間はどこにいるんだよ
Ito!
それがわかんねえと殺しに行けねえだろ
さっさと言え時間の無駄だ
That's strange. He should be right there. There? Where's there?
タクルさんウッドバーンヘロンって知ってますか
Wasn't Uki who said that? Don't you know I'm a right sider? Of course I know. He's the guy who came up with the theory that a day is 86,400 seconds. See? Amazing, right? Slowly breaking and melting away. Suddenly, I felt something stabbing me somewhere. It was the pain I'd been wishing for, but I didn't care anymore. I was just tired of it.
殺してあげる
Please don't stab me.
なぜ
I don't want to die.
どうして
Because it all hurts.
痛
Because
み
it
なん
hurts.
て感じてないじゃないタクルあなた本当にそこにいるの
Nono kept stabbing me. She was trying to find out where I was. When that sound finally stopped, I heard a wet, slopping noise. I could tell her hands were jammed inside my body, rummaging through my guts. Oh, okay. Could imagine the blood. But Nono was right. I didn't feel any pain. Strange. It hurt a moment ago. Nono, let me see you. Sorry, you can kill me if you want.
なぜ
Because I want to see you. I want to see anybody. I'm lonely. Nono? No! Why? Why did you leave? Wait, was that really Nono? Is that Nono's voice? Did she really talk like that? Wait a second. What was Nono's last name? That orphanage. Can't remember the place's name. There are two sisters there. What were their names? Wait, was it brother and sister? Everything started turning black. Who was that girl who always told me not to lie? Who was the one in the white lab coat? One who didn't talk. The one who always seemed scared. Who was stabbing me a moment ago?
わからないのひどい先輩っすね
Shut up! Suddenly the noises started to bother me. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like this. I don't want to be criticized by these people who didn't even know their names. Please, somebody kill... Ow! Surprised by a sudden fierce pain in my head. Feel the blood flowing into my head. How many months had it been since I felt pain so clearly like this? How many years? Maybe decades.
いつまでそんなことをしてるんですか私の方がずっと痛かったんだけど
How did they animate this? For the anime? Like, that just said it was in the anime, so like now I'm thinking about it. Did they just show Takuro in like a black void for like 5 minutes, his voice is played? It said shut up! All of you, shut up. Don't even know who your people are. All of you just disappear. Go away forever. Save me! Save me! There we go. When I said somebody's name, everything suddenly became better. All the voices disappeared. The pain in my head was gone.
タク
Serika!
大丈夫
Huh?
怪我は平気だね
Ditzy Serika, we missed you. She was right next to me, so that was the most natural place in the world for her to be. No way. What are you doing here?
私はいつもタクの隣にいるよ
This is impossible. When Dad used his mind control on me, I killed her. That's right. I remember. Dad used his mind control on me. The theater cube at the Hikari wall. That means this Serika is just another one of my delusions.
昔みたいだね
Like you're tiny is a joke. Serika laughed. I didn't know why.
でどう
What?
思考誘導どんな感じ
This sucks. Pretty rough. Yeah.
そう結構居心地良さそうだけどお腹も空かないんでしょ
Serika looked around into the empty void. She's acting like she just come over to check out a friend's new house. Isn't how much it sucks not being able to move if it ever happened to you.
そりゃ私は耐えられそうにないけどタクはリハビリの時に経験済みじゃん
Oh, true! But trying to move back then, I felt pain. Even if I wasn't moving, or like I was trying to move. Now that he has Serika, he can use his powers. I called this way. I think it was, I want to say it was when he was breaking into the hospital, he had to bring Nono with him, you know?
そういうも
Serika tilted her head at me. What's happening on the other
の
side?
向こう
Your reality. I mean, me in the theater cube. Probably lying on the ground after you used his mind control on me, right? I didn't even have the slightest idea how much time had passed. But it hadn't been longer than a day or two. The Restoration Festival was probably long since over. No, it's probably been like a second. But I've already starved to death.
それはないんじゃないかなだっ
True.
てタクちゃんと話してるし
That's true, but...
情報をまとめて理屈で考えろっていつも言ってるのはタクだよ
Oh.
こっちと向こうの時間が違うとか
She's right. That's very possible.
ひなちゃんたちはどうしたの
Hina-chan? Oh right, Hinae. Arimori Hinae. How did I forget about her? I think she escaped Shibuya with Shinjo-san and the others.
タチって誰ウキちゃんとユウトくんと
Kunosato-san.
あれれはなちゃんは
Oh yeah, she's just gone. Wait, what if she came here? She wasn't directly involved with the case, so I understand Shibuya.
そっか
Then Serika started asking me one question after another. Could I really not move? Was the light I sometimes saw a hallucination? Were there voices I heard just auditory hallucinations? It took a long time answering each one in as much detail as possible. I had plenty of time after all. Just the act of having a conversation was wonderful. Something I'd done all the time in my daily life and at the newspaper club. Come to think of it, who first used the phrase, you don't know what you've got until it's gone? When did they use it?
わかんないよポケコン持ってくればよかったかな
I laughed a little. I wasn't sure if Serika was serious or joking. Each time I would answer one of her questions, Serika's expression would change. She'd laugh or get mad. Sometimes she'd even try to correct me. She really did seem like a normal person. But...
何
You used to be a delusion of mine. You didn't really exist.
バレちゃったか
So is this, like, was the Ditzy Serika all an act? Or is it like they're... like just a different personality of hers, like they both kind of exist? Jada looked like a kid who had been caught while playing hide and seek. How did it look to other people? If she wasn't real, must have spent all my time as a kid talking to empty air. Was that true after, like post real booting? Because there were just scenes where people ignored her, which is what I don't get.
どうって見たまんまだと思うけど
Yep, okay, okay.
でもさ、私とタクが一緒にいるところなんてそんなに見られてないよ。タクの両親くらいじゃない？あと、病院の地下でセンリちゃんにか。あれは失敗したな。そのせいで私、のんちゃんにバレちゃったんだよね。
Dot dot dot. That's right. Sarah and I spent almost all of our time in my room. I'd never been here. Wait. Where is Senri? Like, we're like, it's the 11th hour. We're right at the we're at the climax. She still hasn't shown up? Is she? Hold on, I'm looking. Oh no, I'm not looking up where Senri shows up. I'm looking up. Like, I feel like this is safe to look at now. Guides on Steam, walkthroughs, 100% guide, dark sky and deep sky. No, tell me what these routes are. Tell me. No, other guide. 100% completionist flowchart. Let's just tell me what those ends mean. Deep sky end means nothing to me. There's one more guide. Hold on, this one. Okay. We have common route, Arimore's route, Kazuki's route, Uki's route, Uki has a route, and Nono's route. Wait, Kunosado doesn't have a route? Really? That's interesting. I wonder why. Like, given Uki has a route, that means they don't have to be romantic in nature. And hopefully Nono's means that too. But Senri doesn't have one. Meaning she's either gonna, we know she shows up. She has a sprite. That is information I've had since day one. Right? That like that means she either shows up on one of the routes or only the true ending. Like, she could show up in like, well, okay, she's not gonna show up in Arimore's route. Unless like Kazuki was Senri in disguise the whole time. I doubt she's showing up in her route. She could have been that friend Uki was talking about for a long time, right? That's possible. And like Nono's route being about Senri would make sense because it's Nono. Or just the true ending. Oh, you click on the true ending, you see Senri's sprite right there. She's there. She has a sprite, she exists. Exists in the quotes like an Umineko. Senri exists. I don't even know. We're not seeing her here, I guess. I've never been to her house. Actually, according to Kunosado, her house never even existed. Should have told me.
そういうわけにはいかないよ。
She laughed. She seemed a little bothered. But what about that one time? It should be an earthquake.
Oh.
I remembered carrying Serika through the hell that was the post-earthquake Shibuya. She had only just been born when I had that headache. When I was in the Yoyogi shelter, I hadn't really been carrying her on my back after all. Only then did I remember why I was here. It wasn't to talk about old times.
よくわかんないけど、でもちょっと変くらいにしか見えてなかったと思うよ。ほら、私は気を失ってたからあんまり話してないし。
He just like had his arms behind him like he was carrying her on his back.
あんな状況じゃタクが独り言を言ってるとか歩いてる姿勢がおかしいとか別に誰も。タク？
Huh?
どうしたの？
Nothing. I could have moved my body. I would have been looking straight back into Serika's eyes. When I created you, what exactly did I wish for?
それはね、わかんないよ。
She didn't seem surprised or upset at all.
だって今の私はタクの知ってることしか知らないもん。向こうの彼女しか知らないことだもん。
Dang it, fake Serika! You're faker than the real Serika. Yeah, that's right. The Serika in front of me might look alive. She's really just another delusion of mine. So she doesn't know anything that I don't. I created her all over again just to help me get through this torture. She's just a... Oh! When I realized it, felt so disgusted with myself. Felt so pathetic that I wanted to cry. How could I be so shameless? I killed the real Inoue. Even if it was a trap created by Dad's mind control, I still killed her with my own 2 hands. It almost killed me, and then lost control and killed her instead. Torn open her stomach injury, then strangled her. Saying I'd been mind controlled was just an excuse. I knew that the rage and desire to kill her I felt was real. I mean, she did kill your sister. Like, you know, like, it's a little fair. I mean, even though she is like a figment of your imagination made real, so she, like, I don't know. Serika's daughter? I'm not for sure. Even without mind control, the same thing happened in reality. I'd probably do it again. I'd kill her all over again. But in a way, it was different. Even without the delusionary me trying to kill her, she just chose to die rather than resist, like me. But then I wished for her to save me, just like I did during the Shibuya earthquake. I couldn't handle the darkness on my own, so I recreated her, using her all over again. Now use your power with Serika here to go towards the light or something. Can't imagine anyone worse than someone like me.
別に気にすることないよ。私、ここにいられて楽しいもん。
Enough. Stop it.
タクが呼んでくれなかったら話すこともできなかったし。
Don't tell me exactly what I want to hear. Come to think of it, Serika's always been like that, ever since I was little. Even when I was neglected, she was always jealous of me. She always made me think that I was better off than she was. Whenever I wanted to show off some new piece of information I learned, she'd always act interested. Pretended to be a stupid girl. Oh, it'd be like, oh hey Serika, I have a funny YouTube video to show you. And then when you show it to her, she actually laughs at the funny parts. So that I always get to think of myself as a right side here. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm truly sorry.
タク。
Serika looked hurt when she saw me apologize. Why don't you understand? You don't have to apologize. It's what makes me happy. She only looked that way because I wanted her to. My ego and desire created a role of a kind-hearted young girl that she was forever forced to play. Two of us just stayed like that for a little. I kept apologizing. Serika seemed to not want to hear it. Eventually, she spoke to me like a mother scolding her child.
タクはね、それでも私を許しちゃいけないんだよ。
Huh?
私、のんちゃんを殺しちゃったんだから。
The reason might be my fault. No, it's not a maybe. There has to be something. Something connected to me.
けど、私は死んじゃったから、聞くことはできないでしょ？
Like, was Serika Senri? Like, I'm still on that. But, like, this Serika, you know, we're calling her Ditzy Serika. And the real Serika, you know, jaded Serika. What caused that change? Because I don't think the Ditzy Serika is just like a fake persona that she puts on. I think it's a real thing, but I don't know. She's right. I'm just forcing her to say that.
じゃあさ。
Of course, I knew what she would say next. Serika's voice became a light, the one that lit up my path into this dark world.
タクはどうしたいの？
No! Suddenly I saw a scene. No, actually, I do need to call this video. Because we probably have like at least 30 minutes left. Maybe, probably even longer, maybe. You never know with Chaos Child. I do not want to render a 2-hour video. Because what happens with that, it always crashes like halfway through and it takes forever and you have to redo it, etc. So I will call it here. Next time, we most likely have the finale. I will see you guys then. Bye.